Hello loves, welcome back to TigeraGitana. My name is Abby and today we are going to be talking about different ways to heal your root chakra. This is a Patreon voted video. They voted for this video this week and that's why we're covering it. So definitely don't forget to check out the Patreon because we're always learning and growing over there and exploring different topics. And they wanted to know about energy healing. Well, not energy healing, but healing the chakras specifically. So I'm gonna cover healing the chakras in multiple different ways. So it's not just like, oh, just do this one thing, but just it covers a lot of aspects of healing your root chakra. This one specifically is gonna cover the root chakra itself. We will discuss the other chakras if they do vote on it at a later time, but for this video we're just covering the root chakra. And these are some of my tips and tricks that I use to maintain and cleanse my root chakra and have it in a really good space. Okay, so the first one that we are going to be talking about I guess is more of the earthy parts of the root chakra. And the reason why I say earthy is because the root chakra is connected to the earth. It is traditionally ruled by Capricorn. It's Capricorn energy. It is that which you find yourself in tradition in, that which is like, think of the root chakra like a big your garden and what that looks like. All the gunk and weeds that you have in your garden, all the beautiful things you have growing in your garden. So because the root chakra talks about the root of it all, the having that earth energy, planting seeds and such, we have to start with root energy. And what is more root than root vegetables? So one of my favorite ways to heal the root chakra is by eating root vegetables. This is a sweet potato. You can also use any type of root vegetable, anything. And also this goes for herbs as well that you would like to use. So platanos, yucca, potatoes, all the types of like yams, all of those things, having them in your regular eating, habits. They help to heal your root chakra because you're consuming that energy into your body, and it helps keep you grounded. And that's the whole point. You're connecting with something that keeps you grounded and helps you heal that space, because it at the end of the day, the root chakra is all about having a steady foundation. And when the root chakra is unbalanced and blocked off, you feel all over the place. You can't really land on your feet. It's almost like you can't walk in your garden because it's muddy, and if you take a step, you're going to trip, you're going to slip inside. It's just not going to be like a good experience. It's either too overwatered or too dry, and there's nothing growing around it. So this is why the root vegetables, because they've already been in the earth and have grown into what they are, they help to ground you because they have that energy. That's all they've been surrounded by, that earth energy. And so root vegetables is one of my #1 tips to healing the root chakra. The other one, because we talked about the kind of the fruit of the labor, we do have to talk about the seeds as well. So I work with seeds to heal the root chakra specifically. When it comes to my money altar, this is one of my money altar tips as well, especially because the root chakra is connected to finances as well. My second tip is to work with seeds. So I have red lentils in here, and I also have black-eyed peas, and these babies are really good for money and abundance manifestation. And I keep this in my money altar as an offering, and also in visualization of what it is that I want. This is a really powerful, seeds are a very powerful tool to connect to because it needs the earth in order for it to grow. So when you have the energy of seeds around you and the energy of that vegetable, fruit, whatever it is, when you have that energy around you, you have these almost like an endless possibilities of options around you, things that you can plant, things that you can attract, things that will make you fertile. And so seeds are really powerful, especially because the root chakra is so close to the sacral chakra. And you guys know, if you watched my videos before, I always talk about the sacral space being a conductor, because that is the area of manifestation. you want to have your root chakra, you want to have those seeds around there, because these are the things we plant in your sacral space in order to manifest it in the physical realm in our root chakra. So I like to have seeds around. I like to have it in my money altar, my personal altar, my ancestor altar. I have seeds everywhere, and it helps me to, even just holding the seeds in my hand, it helps me to ground my energy. And also eating a lot of seeds like lentils and beans and such, those are very grounding for me as well. And it helps me just kind of calibrate and be able to connect to the ground. Especially as a Capricorn, I feel like I'm already naturally grounded, so I connect to the energy of different types of seeds really, and beans and things like that really easily. But if you aren't like someone who's very grounded, maybe you have a lot of air in your chart, maybe you have a lot of like water in your chart, and you want to kind of ground yourself a little bit more, start eating and consuming and having the energy of these things around you as well. We're gonna start getting into herbs, but really quickly, I just wanted to give a quick bonus like tip as to how to heal your root chakra. With plants. You can heal, but having plants in the house is very grounding energy, especially when you have your space cleansed, you set the intention for, you have your protections in place, you have your ancestor altar on point, which is also connected to your chakra energy, and healing ancestor trauma and doing ancestor work. It's very healing for your root chakra as well. Having plants in your house not only is it very cleansing to your root chakra, but it is very it connects you to that root chakra energy, because as you see them grow, as you see them get bigger, as you like water them and nurture them, you integrate a lot of these lessons that the plants teach you, that nature teaches you, about how to nurture the seeds that you plant in your ground, in your garden, in that root chakra. And so it is about that self-nourishment, because the root chakra needs to be maintained regularly. And so plants remind you to nurture it, because you do have to water it, you got to give it the fertilizer, you do have to pay attention to it, but you also have to leave it alone to do its thing. And that is very much root chakra energy. And because the root chakra highlights the body, the physical body itself, this is why food and what you have around you is really important to that as well. The other one that we need to talk about is working with herbs. Herbs are a very powerful way to cleanse and heal your root chakra, because they already carry that earth energy, but they do have and connect with different elements of just different things that are happening to you in the earth. So whether that be like you're having like emotional issues, maybe you want to use a herb that is elementally connected to water, or maybe you are having some blockages in your solar plexus, and you're having some problems trying to ground yourself and be like motivate yourself or stuff like that. You might need to consume a little bit more of a fire herb on a day-to-day, just to start integrating that energy of that herb, because the herbs are earthy in nature, obviously, because they're grown from the earth, but they do have their own elements to each one. So working with them helps to heal different root chakra issues, and while still maintaining and keeping you grounded in the process. So it is a very powerful way to work with earth energy. So herbs really cover a lot of issues at once, not just targeting your stance, but also targeting like a lot of things. So like if you're in a very like toxic relationship and it's embedded and deep in your root chakra, you might want to take some herbs that are, again, like that are connected to that water element, that can heal that emotional deep kind of connection, that those traumatic connections that you have kind of connected to your root chakra that you cannot release and let go, and just to cleanse that away and release that away. So herbs are really, really powerful to work with when it comes to healing the root chakra, 1000%. They also help with healing all of the chakras, to be honest, but these babies, root chakra 101, herbs. The next one that we are going to talk about, this is just gonna be like a quick one, because as you guys know, you can cleanse your root chakra and your chakras themselves with crystals. Crystals have their own energy. They are very earthy in nature, but again, they do connect with different elements as well. But because they are earth in nature, because this is found in the earth, you can use them, you can use their energy to cleanse your own energy as well. You can charge them with different things. You can charge them with earth. You can charge them on your plants and then use it later. You can charge it in different ways, and take that earth energy and apply it to yourself as well. So there's different ways to use crystals. You can also use stones that you find in a park, or like if you saw some stones, or you were gravitated towards a stone by a river or something like that, you can work with that as well. And the next one I wanted to talk about is trees. This one is red willow. You can use willow is one of my favorite ones to work with as well. But you can use trees as a way to connect you to that and cleanse that earth energy in the root chakra space, because the trees are very, very, very old souls, and they have, because of the way they're surrounded in nature, what their environment is, and the way that they have the ability to keep growing and growing and growing. And if they are, they showing fruit and showing the leaves and showing flowers, whatever it is that they grow, they are naturally grounding because they are doing their life's purpose. Trees are actively all the time doing their life's purpose. So go hug a damn tree, because that will help you stay grounded. That will help you cleanse that root chakra energy. And working with them in spell work as well, doing a ritual around trees, do it in connecting with nature spirits as well, helps to cleanse that root chakra energy, because you have that which already excels at being rooted and grounded around you, to cleanse away that root chakra energy. So spending a lot of time in the parks, spending a lot of time in nature, again, surrounded by plants, surrounded by trees, hugging a tree, become a tree hugger. That actually helps cleanses your root chakra a lot, because you can feel the energy of that tree, and it always ends up being very grounded. It's very light, but it's very grounding as well. And the point at the end of the day is to stay grounded, but also to remove anything that's stopping you from being grounded too. And trees teach you that, because they only have one job, and that's to live their purpose, and on a cycle. Like, hey, this is what I wake up and I do what I'm supposed to be doing every single day. And at the end of the day, the root chakra gets clouded and blocked off, and you find issues in progressing with your root chakra when you kind of let it get cloudy and start adding mucky things and things that don't really need to be in your root chakra. And again, those things turns into weeds, and it takes up space where you could be growing stuff in your own personal garden. So I hope that makes sense. The last tip, okay, that I'm gonna be talking about, this is probably one of my favorite ones. So you're gonna be like, what? And I'm gonna be like, yes. Okay, so my last tip is working with spices for the root chakra. This is also a tip that helps with the solar plexus and the sacral space, to be honest. But I like it in the root chakra as well, because it helps cleanse away any type of like aggression, any type of negativity, any type of dysfunction that you have, especially when it comes to sexual traumas and stuff like that, because the root chakra kind of tends to hold on to a lot of our childhood issues. It does help, like cayenne, crushed red pepper, black pepper, especially in spell work, in foods as well. Make yourself something good with whatever roots you're working with or cooking up, and add some spices to them. Spices, especially the peppers, they really help to kind of, it almost fires you up. It's almost like, think of it like a fertilizer to your root chakra. So there's many ways to fertilize your plants and your garden, right, to make them grow. But for as you as a person, this is kind of almost like taking some coffee and drinking some coffee. And really, and also coffee tends to be very grounding, but it kind of gives you that kick that like, okay, I need to do something about this. I need to shake this off. So when you're doing like root chakra healing, even if you're doing like candle magic, or if you're just eating, and you're like, okay, I want to be grounded, but I also want to I want to live my purpose. That's where I want my focus to be. You're connecting your root chakra to your solar plexus, that willpower, and trying to basically set a new intention for your root chakra space. So you're basically using the fieriness of this in order to kind of cleanse away anything that doesn't have to be there, but also empower you and give you purpose and drive into actually doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, and living your best life in that way. Because it's that fire, it's that kick that really gives you that purpose. Your root chakra is at its best when you are happy with your garden, when you're happy with how it looks, you're happy with what you're doing, you're living your purpose in a way that you're like, man, my finances are good, I have a great home, I am surrounded by all the things that I love, I have my partner, I am stable, I'm growing, like I have this long-term plan. This is very, very Saturn energy. And a lot of the time, you know, a lot of people talk about Saturn as being such a negative, you know, planet, or like, you know, solar, you know, Saturn's return, all this stuff, time of stuff where it's just like, oh my God, I'm about to get my life wrecked and stuff like that. It's not really about that. Saturn is just basically coming in and saying, hey, you haven't handled this, so I'm just gonna remove it, because it's time. Like you need to do something else. Remember that Saturn's the sign that Saturn rules over is Capricorn, which is a cardinal sign, okay, and then Aquarius, which is a fixed sign, but Aquarius is very revolutionary. And is very futuristic. It's always thinking about the progression, how we're moving forward, what that looks like. And so when you're talking about the root chakra energy, you have to have purpose in order to be successful in your root chakra space. That's why Capricorn rules the root chakra, because Capricorn is a cardinal sign and it has that fire, that cardinal energy. And that is the element that if you're not like, if you don't have those cardinal like placements, if you don't have a lot of that, you want to add that type of fire into your spell work, into your foods. So that way, when you are eating those things and integrating those things into your energy, into your body, into your space, you're actually grounding yourself, because you're like, it's not just about, oh, I'm grounded and it's like my 2 feet is just on the ground and that's it and I'm chilling. It's also about, okay, where am I going with these 2 feet? What is my goal? What does my surroundings look like? And that is the whole entire point. So you need to add that cardinal fire, okay? And that's where I add my peppers. I add my peppers. Y'all know I'm Dominican. I usually don't like, Dominicans are not big on heavy spices. I like the more milder spices, but I do work with them and use them while I eat, and a lot in spell work, and you guys know that. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you guys know that I do. So yeah, so that's another one that is, I feel like, is super important. Lastly, I'm just gonna mention this one because it is super important for me to mention this before I wrap up. I wanted to make this video short, but you guys know I talk a lot. But the last one that I feel really, really, really heavily that is a focus for the root chakra is your body. Not only when you intake in your body, obviously with the foods, the spices and the herbs that you're taking in, but also how you're taking care of your body. Whether or not you work out, you dance, you have some sort of physical regimen, taking care of your physical body, because again, when we're talking about the chakras themselves, the crown chakra is ruled by Aquarius. So yes, if you haven't realized it by now, both the upper chakra, the top chakra right here, and the lowest chakra are both ruled by Saturn energy. Okay, I just want to make that 1000% clear. Saturn wants you not only to be grounded up in your crown space, but also to be grounded in your root chakra space. It's like two ends of the same coin. It's like two sides of the same coin. And when you're looking at your root chakra, it rules your physical body, your physical form. It's like coming up from the stars and going straight down to earth. And while you're in earth, you are in this physical form. So how do you take care of your body? How are you listening to your body? What are you feeding your body? What are you doing to your body? How are you healing your body? How are you analyzing your emotions, your gut feelings, anything that comes up for you when you're just like, oh, this isn't right, and you know what, I shouldn't do this, and stuff like that. Like, how are you analyzing that? How are you treating yourself? How are you telling yourself that you shouldn't be eating that chocolate bar at 1 a.m? All of these different things. How do you treat your body, and what are your physical activities surrounding that? This also connects to the solar plexus, because again, solar plexus is very action based, but you want to make sure that your root chakra is stable physically, so you're not like, you guys know I hate using the struggling word, but you're not like feeling like you are less than to any capacity, because your body is not where it should be on a physical level. Like, what are you putting into your body? How much are you consuming? Are you over consuming? Are you under consuming? Are you listening to what your body needs? Do you need to eat 3 times a day? You need to eat 4 times a day? Do you need to eat snacks? A lot of the time I only eat twice a day, and that's just because my body tells me, like, I'm just listening. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna go eat. I don't eat past 8:30, honestly earlier than that, for the rest of the night. Even I can stay up till like 1, 2 in the morning, because I'm a very much a night person, but I don't eat later than that. Not only do I not want to, but it's not really good for right before you're going to sleep anyway, so I don't do that. And I make sure that I'm listening to my body throughout the day and what it's telling me. And if it's saying, hey, you know, you need to eat, go eat. If I'm craving like tea, or if I'm craving like some fruit, because that happens to me all the time, then I go do that. You also, when it comes to the root chakra, you have to make sure you're cutting your addictions when it comes to how you treat your physical body. So like drinking soda and those type of things. I'm very glad that my mom basically, she never gave me soda when I was little. There are some Dominican sodas that I've had, which are fine and dandy, and I have had occasionally, like once every 10 years or once every 5 years. That's pretty much the average on how much I've had them. But I grew up on tea, water, and coffee, and juice, lots of juice. So I've never had that issue of being addicted to sugar and being addicted to soda and being addicted to kind of those type of things. If I'm addicted to sugar, it's because of fruits, but that's natural sugar. So I'm not going to kill myself over that, or, you know, be like, oh, this is bad. No, it comes from the earth. So yeah, so definitely take some time to think about what that looks like for you. Like, self-analyze. At the end of the day, the point of root chakra healing is very much a self-analyzation of what you're doing, what you could be doing, what you're doing incorrectly, and what needs to be moved out of your space. And maintaining your garden, maintaining your life, maintaining your growth, your abundance, your fertility. Because once you have your root chakra very, very much healed, you can, it's like the sky's the limit on that. A lot of the times when it comes to the root chakra too, there's a lot of issues with finances that come about, and that's just because, again, there is an instability in the root chakra. So what does your relationship with money look like? Are you working with herbs that can help you with your money issues? Because that's just what their correspondence are. Are you working with seeds? What are your intentions? What are you planting in your garden to help you grow? And do you have the fire to help you in your pursuits of balancing that out as well? So yeah, so I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. Literally, I've just been growing so fast, and I'm really excited to keep growing with you guys. My goal is 10,000 by the end of August. So I'm gonna just hit a notch straight to that. We got this. Yes, I'm really excited, and definitely don't forget to check out the Patreon, because they did vote for this video. They are constantly tailoring the way that my YouTube looks and the videos that I'm creating based on the things that they need. I just did a self-evaluation with them on the Patreon, and so they gave me a lot of feedback about different things, where they're at in their journey, what they want to work on, what are they already good at, what they know a lot of information about, what they wish to know more about. So it's definitely, there's going to be a lot of different videos of different topics on the TigeraGitana YouTube channel. So definitely stay tuned. Definitely check out the Patreon for that as well. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TigeraGitana. The links will be down below. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful day.